Flash flooding this morning in southwestern Wisconsin. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is monitoring the radar to see if more heavy rain is on the way, and making it easier to vote but harder to cheat. Why the state's top Republicans are using their annual convention as a platform for new voting laws. Plus, a new spot for Black-owned businesses. We'll introduce you to a program turning an empty portion of a Rock County mall into a home for Black businesses to thrive.
This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. People in southwestern Wisconsin are dealing tonight with the aftermath of flash floods. Check this video out. This is from Crawford County this morning, where state highways in Gays Mills had to be temporarily shut down. There was nearly a foot of rain in some parts of the county and $290,000 in damage. But nobody had to be evacuated. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has been following this flooding all day. He has more in your certified most accurate forecast.
Amanda, the Kickapoo River is above flood stage there, but it's expected to drop below flood stage pretty quickly in the next day or two, and that is because it's been so dry recently. So anytime you have up to a foot of rain, and that was the radar estimate over central portions of Crawford County, you're going to get some flooding. But the water is running off pretty quickly, working its way into area rivers, so hopefully we don't get any additional heavy rainfall. And you can see other parts of the area saw very little rain. Those areas in lighter green, less than a quarter of an inch of rain in parts of Iowa County and eastern Grant County. No rain at all over the last 48 hours. Now we have some weakening showers and isolated thunderstorms moving through southwestern Wisconsin, fortunately bypassing Crawford County, so that's good news. Future track precipitation over the next couple of days shows generally about a tenth to a quarter of an inch of rain, with some isolated amounts of 1 or 2 inches in areas that get heavier thunderstorms, but they should be more widely scattered. The clouds held temperatures down today, mid-70s, the high temperature here in Madison. We had 75. That lowered the severe weather potential. Right now, temperatures are still in the middle 70s, but the dew point temperatures are still pretty high. The humidity should drop tomorrow, and that will also lead to lesser chances for rain during the day tomorrow. So look for a low tonight of about 66, high tomorrow of 77. Humidity comes back from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and we'll see better chances for thunderstorms. I'll have more in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Gary. You can stay up to date on this weekend's weather on the go. Check out our free First Warn Weather app. It's available now in your app store. New tonight, Wisconsin Republicans are calling on State Assembly Speaker Robin Vos to resign, saying he's not doing enough to stop voter fraud. According to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, a resolution was brought forward at today's GOP convention in Wisconsin Dells, calling for a vote of no confidence against Vos, ejecting him from his current position as an Assembly Speaker. The proposal went on to say that any Assembly member who refused to vote Vos out should resign or face a primary for violating their oaths of office. The Journal-Sentinel reports the resolution was rejected by a majority of the crowd and indefinitely postponed. The theme of this weekend's GOP convention was defending America and, more importantly, the state's elections. U.S. Senator Ron Johnson was one of this morning's headliners. Grace Hodak spoke with Johnson and explains why Republicans say they want to make it easier for people to vote, but harder for them to cheat.
The 2022 midterms are nearly a year and a half away, and Republicans here in Wisconsin are already making election security a key part of their campaign.
We want to restore confidence in our election system.
Republicans are continuing to question the integrity of the 2020 presidential election.
Absentee balloting is probably the biggest single threat to fraudulent voting, and yet we doubled the number of absentee ballots while we reduced and lessened so many of the controls over them.
There was a partial recount in Wisconsin showing no evidence of voter fraud. The baseless claims also didn't hold up in court. But yesterday, former President Donald Trump released a statement saying Wisconsin Republican Assembly Leader Robin Vos, Senate President Chris Kapanga, and Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu are working to cover up election corruption, preventing a forensic audit of the results. Senator Johnson says he hasn't heard these claims, but thinks the state's legislature is doing a great job.
I think what the legislature is trying to do is, I think what Republicans are trying to do around the nation is, we're trying to make it easier to vote, but harder to cheat.
We are doing everything we possibly can to uncover what occurred in 2020 and make sure that when we get a Republican governor and re-elect U.S. Senator Ron Johnson, that we will have a great chance to do that in 2022.
And almost 8 months later, Republicans are still questioning the legitimacy of the election.
These are serious issues. They need to be discussed. They need to be addressed. They need to be fixed.
Senator Johnson says he's still undecided on if he plans to seek a third term in office next year, but he says he's doing everyone a favor by waiting, since campaigning takes too much time and too much money.
Wisconsin's Democratic Party chair says today's convention was full of whining and spinning last year's losses. In a tweet, Ben Wickler said Republicans are ratcheting up their plans to spin conspiracies and use them as justification for voter suppression bills. Wickler says the job of Democrats in the state is to stop them. A one-of-a-kind program is on its way to the Janesville Mall with the goal of highlighting and helping Black business owners. Adam Dexter explains how it's part of a much larger effort to create a community for entrepreneurs of color.
Well, not too long ago, this was still just an idea, but in exactly 2 weeks, that idea will become reality and could potentially reshape business landscape in Rock County.
Years ago, Gina Stevens saw the problem.
And I'm seeing all of these programs that are in place to help minority business owners, and I'm thinking we don't have that in Rock County.
Ever since, she's devoted her time to changing that by helping business owners of color solve their problems through the Rock County Jumpstart program. Today, she's identified another problem.
They want space.
In this time, the solution lies at Uptown Janesville.
One of the things that I've always wanted to do is provide a space. It's find a space for our business owners to be able to come out of the basement, come out of the kitchen, come off of the porch.
Or in Tanisha Logan's case,
I sell nostalgic candies. I do catering parties.
Out of the truck.
Well, I started out in 2017 with a little trailer that came from Greenwood, Mississippi. I was contacted by Gina and the management of the mall saying, hey, we happen to have an opportunity.
On September 1st,
I already have my coolers and things.
she'll get her first permanent space. But the help doesn't end there. Starting July 10th, every other Saturday, Uptown Janesville will host nearly a dozen Black business owners in this space. And in the fall, 14 will begin sharing a storefront.
They're going to be everything from gift shops to all-natural skincare products. It's amazing to see that happening.
Stevens says this is part of what she dreamed of when she founded Rock County Jumpstart.
And I feel like I feel more passionate about working with other business owners than I do for myself.
And says one day her dream is to say problem solved for good.
And as I watch these business owners grow and I watch them do great things, I feel like I'm just a cheerleader. I'm on the side going, yay, and I'm cheering for them.
Stevens says the hope is the business owners who share the space will eventually get to a point where they, like Tanisha, will have their own store. Most of all, she says, if you've got an idea but need help getting started, to reach out. We've got that contact up on our website.
Thank you, Adam. The next time you head to the Alliant Energy Center, you won't see COVID tests or vaccinations. The largest testing and vaccination site in South Central Wisconsin has officially closed. The site's COVID efforts ended today. Since last May, they've done more than 425,000 COVID tests and given out more than 85,000 vaccines. Public Health Madison and Dane County will still have smaller clinics set up throughout the area. Those locations and hours are on our website, channel3000.com. Air travel is getting a little closer to pre-pandemic levels. The TSA says it screened more than 2.1 million people at airport checkpoints yesterday. That's the most in a single day since last March, and the 8th time this month that number is more than 2 million. Britain's top health official is out of a job after coming under fire for breaking social distancing measures. In a video posted to his Twitter account, Health Minister Matt Hancock says he should have stuck by the rules.
I understand the enormous sacrifices that everybody in this country has made, that you have made, and those of us who make these rules have got to stick by them, and that's why I've got to resign.
A British tabloid posted pictures of Hancock this week in an embrace with an advisor. The tabloid said that picture was taken before COVID restrictions were lifted in the UK. In more local news, a group of protesters is continuing the fight against F-35 jets in Madison. They say not only do the fighter jets negatively impact the environment, but they also encourage the use of force over diplomacy.
F-35 is representative of all that's wrong with the military-industrial complex, where it's not about let's see what our threat is and what we need to combat it, but it's about let's make some weapons systems and make some profit.
After more than a year of virtual protests, Safe Skies, Clean Water Wisconsin led a group of about 100 protesters this afternoon to Truax Field. Organizers say the money spent on the fighter jet should instead be spent on healthcare, education, and infrastructure. The group also has several active lawsuits addressing the environmental impacts of the F-35s and their effects on area creeks and lakes. Waiting for answers, but not getting many. Coming up at 10, the latest on this week's condo collapse in Florida as families are growing frustrated with the speed of the search and rescue. Plus, setting sail. After more than a year, cruising is officially back on in the U.S. Find out where the first ship is heading after the break.
Now's the time to get a Ford built for you, by you. Pick your color, your wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want an F-150 with a 12-inch touchscreen, 400 horsepower in an Explorer, or a moonroof? You've got it. And now an additional $1,000 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Build and order your select Ford today and get $1,000 bonus cash in addition to all public offers.
The only thing better than tacos is faster tacos. That's why Johnsonville created its new ground taco sausage. That's right, taco sausage. Premium cuts of ground pork authentically seasoned with cumin and garlic. Next taco night, skip the seasoning packets. Just sizzle and serve. Because with new Johnsonville taco sausage, the only thing between your family and tasty tacos is 10 minutes.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
I've made progress with my mental health. So when I started having unintentional body movements called tardive dyskinesia, I ignored them. But when the movements in my hands and feet started throwing me off at work, I finally had to say, it's not okay. It was time to talk to my doctor about Austedo. She said that Austedo helps reduce TD movements in adults, while I continue with most of my mental health medications.
Austedo can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, behaviors, feelings, or have suicidal thoughts. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness. Don't take Austedo if you have liver problems, are taking Resprin, tetrabenazine, or valbenazine. Austedo may cause irregular or fast heartbeat, restlessness, movements mimicking Parkinson's disease, fever, stiff muscles, problems thinking, and sweating.
Talk to your doctor about Austedo. It's time to treat TD. TD is not okay. Visit askforaustedo.com.
Sunday morning, we are getting a recap from the GOP state convention. Plus, we are learning more about this weekend's weather. That's all coming up Sunday morning, starting at 6:30.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Take a look at this new video tonight from East Chicago, Indiana. 3 people were killed this morning when a minivan and a train collided. 3 children who were in the van are in the hospital. They're all in critical condition. Police say at the time of the crash, the signals, lights, and crossing gates were activated. Security video shows the van driving around the gate and trying to get past the train. 5 people are dead in New Mexico after a hot air balloon crashed. 4 people died this morning when the balloon hit a power line. The sole survivor died this afternoon in the hospital. Witnesses say the gondola was on fire when it crashed. It left 13,000 people in the state without power for most of the morning. A vigil is growing tonight in Surfside, Florida, remembering the victims of Thursday morning's high-rise condo building collapse. You'll see right here, there's flowers and pictures of people who are missing. Officials say 156 people are still unaccounted for. The mayor also says a 5th person has died. They were pulled from the rubble this afternoon. Isabel Rosales has more on the ongoing rescue efforts.
Our top priority now continues to be search and rescue.
As loved ones try to cope with the tragedy.
It's waves of devastation with troughs of disbelief.
I'm scared to death. I just want my mom back. And we're praying as much as possible.
Emergency crews are focused on finding survivors beneath the wreckage from Thursday's partial collapse of a condo in Surfside, Florida.
To the community and the world, please be patient. Please stand with us. Please continue your prayers. We are not going to stop. We need your support.
A report from 2018 included concerns about structural damage, where a consultant said failure to replace the waterproofing in the near future will cause the extent of the concrete deterioration to expand exponentially. Morabito consultants who issued the report had no comment on the collapse.
It's unclear right now exactly what was going on in that building and what steps the building was taking to address those cracks, if any.
In an attempt to prevent a similar situation from happening again, an audit of all the structures in Miami-Dade County that are at least 40 years old is underway.
So we want to make sure that every building has completed their recertification process, and we want to move swiftly to remediate any issues that may have been identified in that process.
I'm Isabel Rosales reporting.
According to documents released yesterday, the town of Surfside issued a roof repair permit for the condo 1 day before it collapsed. Families of those who are inside the condo are losing patience. Crews say it could take weeks to clear out all of the debris. But one woman speaking at the Surfside Reunification Center last night begged authorities to do more.
I'm a mother. I don't know the best way to go about this, but it's impossible that in 4 days nobody has emerged, dead or alive. Please don't tell me about the 2 people. I know about it. It's not enough.
President Biden says his heart is with the Surfside community as they grieve their lost loved ones and wait anxiously for answers. Biden talked with Florida's governor yesterday and offered any assistance they need. You can continue to find the latest updates into the search and rescue mission in Surfside on our Channel 3000 News app. It's free and it's in your app store. Next tonight, if you're looking to get away, cruising is back. The Celebrity Edge sets sail from Florida tonight, becoming the first cruise ship to leave from an American port with paying customers in more than a year. 99% of the passengers are fully vaccinated, 2 adults and 24 kids are not. The ship is also sailing at just 36% capacity. It's going to make stops in Mexico and the Bahamas during its 7-night voyage. A vacation in the Bahamas sounds pretty good right now, Gary. Let's get a look at your first warn weather.
A vacation anywhere sounds good
Yes.
at this point. Well, we continue to watch the threat for flooding, but hopefully most of that will be gone over the next couple of hours as the last of the showers and thunderstorms start to move out. You can see the extremely heavy amounts of rain that fell over northern and central Crawford County. Some areas may have picked up over a foot of rain just north of Eastman and just to the southwest of Gaze Mills. But there were other areas that picked up anywhere from 1 to 3 or maybe locally 4 inches from there northward through Juneau and Adams counties, Marquette and Green Lake counties, and then east of Madison to east of Janesville, and then a little area just north of Monroe and Greene County. But there are other areas like eastern portions of Iowa County and eastern portions of Grant County where little or no rain has fallen over the last 48 hours. Now, as we look at high-resolution radar, we were watching a line of showers and thunderstorms that's really weakened as it's pushed into Wisconsin. Even the showers, heavier showers that pass south of Platteville are now starting to diminish. And you can see Crawford County not getting much in the way of precipitation. That's good news. So I think the threat for flooding pretty much is going to be over with over the next couple of hours unless we see some additional thunderstorm development. And right now that looks to be unlikely because this is right along the cold front. Every once in a while there'll be a flash of lightning along that line, but for the most part it's just showers. Future track shows additional rainfall concentrating more in the central part of the state as we head into Tuesday morning. So over the next couple of days, we'll be looking at the potential for a 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch of rain generally over southern Wisconsin, but there'll be pockets where there will be 1 or 2 inches of rain where heavier thunderstorms will be. They'll probably be more widespread spread than what we've seen over the last couple of days, and the more general rains will fall to our north. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for a little bit of a drop in the humidity tomorrow. That will just lead to a chance of thunderstorms. The humidity comes back from Monday through Wednesday, and the thunderstorm chances go right back up. But right now, it's looking like it would be warm and dry for the 4th of July. High temperatures today in the 80s to our south, but the cloud cover kept temperatures in the 70s and even 60s in our part of the Midwest. But again, the humidity levels are very high. As we look at the forecast for tomorrow, high 77, not as humid, and just a chance of showers and thunderstorms. On future track overnight, you can see the chances for rain starting to diminish. Tomorrow, mainly dry, maybe some breaks in the clouds as well. Tomorrow night, maybe some patchy fog, low temperatures in the lower 60s, and again, mainly dry. And then thunderstorm chances start to pop up again as we head into Monday with high temperatures in the lower 80s. And again, those rainfall amounts, 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch, but spots will pick up an inch or two in heavier thunderstorms. It's just hard to say exactly who will get them. With the humidity levels staying high, look for thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A chance of thunderstorms Thursday as the humidity levels start to drop. And then as we head toward the 4th of July weekend, the air dries out. Temperatures should be right around 80. If that holds out, that would be a nice looking 4th of July weekend. And, you know, after looking for rain for so long, there are parts of our area that are saying, hey, we could use some dry weather.
I know. We wanted it so bad. Well, now we got it. All right. Thank you so much, Gary.
You're welcome.
The Brewers are on another hot streak, looking to keep that momentum going in Game 2 with the Rockies. We've got highlights in sports after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Up here, success depends on the choices you make. But I know I've got this. And when it comes to controlling his type 2 diabetes, my dad's got this too.
With the right choices, you have it in you to control your A1C, and once-weekly Trulicity may help. Most people taking Trulicity reached an A1C under 7%, and it starts lowering blood sugar from the first dose by helping your body release the insulin it's already making. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Show your world what's truly inside. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Chevy is America's fastest growing full-line brand, and people are taking it everywhere. Taking Trailblazer outdoors, confidently taking on new places with Equinox, and taking on more with Silverado. Whatever you do, there's a perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. Find your perfect Chevy and get 0% financing for 72 months on select popular Chevy SUVs. Or get a $3,000 cash allowance on all 2021 Silverado Crew Cab pickups.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
I can't say enough good things about these nano hearing aids.
Real people talking about nano hearing aids.
The hearing quality is great.
Until now, hearing aids used to be too expensive for the average person. Until nano. Call now and you'll get your nano hearing aids for only $297. You'll save $100. When you buy one hearing aid, Nano will give you a second hearing aid free. Call right now.
1-800-213-3815. A family's trip canceled due to COVID. Now, a local senior could be out $15,000 in airfare.
I'd like to get the money back.
Leah Lynchide gives you crucial booking tips to avoid airline woes. Call for action. Monday on News 3 Now at 10.
The state
Track and field championships are officially in the books. A 3-day tournament finished up today in lacrosse with Division I competition. Now we'll start in field events. DeForest's Anna Zapeniak finished second in the triple jump. She also won the 300 hurdles. In girls high jump, Waunakie's Kyla Sala takes home the crown, clearing 5 feet 4 inches. And what a day it was for Verona's Jackson Aker. The future Badger took home the discus title with a toss of 183 feet 9 inches. He'd also win the shot put and cap off his Wildcat career with 2 gold medals.
Feels good, especially winning my last year. This is why I stayed. This is why I didn't move in. I wanted to finish out my season, do something special, and I did that.
I've always wanted to be one, and I'm really excited that we had the chance to do it this year. It's been a weird year, but it's been good.
And on the track, Middleton's Lauren Pensagro ran away with the 3200, finishing first with a time of 10:21.60, nearly 8 seconds faster than second place.
It means a lot. I've been working really hard this year, and it's been a long season, especially not getting to run my sophomore year of track, so it's been really fun, and I'm really excited.